Start.
Gentlemen, we can discuss on the topic Indo-US relationship because right now in Russia and USA is in a different apart from
Yeah,
that.
we will get to right
both
now.
of the
First,
countries
let's
have some
discuss on the topic
different
first.
issues. But for India, maintaining both countries, Russia and US is both concern for us because Russia has helped in 1971 war and USA is our leading partner as of now. So, gentlemen, we should discuss in this topic, and we can, if we discuss on this topic, we can enhance our idea about the present scenario of the both countries.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yes,
agree with
I
you.
agree with that we can talk about the Indo-US relationships. So we can,
Yeah, well,
if
I
you both
agree.
agree. Oh, okay.
I do.
Yeah.
So we are going to discuss on the first topic that you gave us, Indo-US relationship. We have decided on that.
Okay. Right, gentlemen. Now I repeat that lately Indo-US relationship has improved considerably, which may even have effect on Indo-Russia relationship. In your opinion, what course of action should India do? A. Keep improving relations with US being two great democracy. B. Have a balanced and open relationship with both US and Russia on lines of non-alignment. C. Russia being a dependable friend must have priority over US.
So, according to me, historically, Russia has been a India has been in better relationship with Russia, and USA has a history of stabbing at the back when it comes to, like, recently USA got into this new agreement of AUKUS, which that is between Australia, US, and UK, which was kind of a blow to France after they planned on like providing nuclear submarines to Australia. So USA has a tendency of stabbing, but when it comes to Russia, Russia has been always helpful with when it comes to arms or any
But
other.
I
Gentlemen,
somehow agree with
I
Akash.
agree with
I
you,
would like
Akash,
to
that USSR
add a
has been a true friend to us, but we can't ignore the importance of USA. So, in my opinion, we should take the balance of both the nations. As USA helped us in the field of technology, they are supplying us ammunition and many new as technologies, and it is very important to our economy that we have to align with USA. But we can't deny the importance of Russia. We have to take the both in the condition as USA has stabbed us in our past. So we
as
have to take
Daksh
the balance
yes,
with both
gentlemen, if we
Russia
go
and
back
US.
in the history of
as
1971
Daksh have
war, when we
said.
tilted toward Russia, we signed a treaty of friendship with Russia, but USA tilted toward Pakistan. But as of now, the hegemonic rise of China tilted the USA toward us. We are leading both powers in the country. USA supplying us weapons, and Russia is also supplying us weapons. But now the
Yes, we
hegemonic rise
can
of China
be.
lead us to give the position that we should have better relation with Russia and USA.
As Daksh have said,
I think we
we
are
should
not.
We
establish
can
a
have a
balance
balanced relation
between
with both
India
these
and
countries.
Russia. Yes, I somehow agree with Daksh that we should maintain a balance between US and Russia. It is not just because of any war or any technology. We have other reasons also, like economic and social reasons. There are many Indians in US than in Russia. Trade more amount with US than Russia. So if we keep a balance between both of the countries, then it will help to maintain a healthy relation between these two, and also it will improve the technological advancement of India, because we need technologies from both the nations. We gather Mi-76 helicopters. Also, we also need S-400 defense missile system. So it will be better for India to make a balance between US and Russia.
Yes,
Yes, gentlemen.
I
Even
agree with
before
the
our
Naveen.
back,
As we see in the recent past, when Germany is in NATO alliance, but it did not supply the ammunition and military power guns and supplies to the that Ukraine. because they don't want to get in the state hand of Russia. So India is also today in a position that it can follow the policy of non-alliance, and can get benefit from both the countries. We can also get the benefit from USA, and we can also get in the benefit of USS from Russia. And when they directly conflict with each other, USA and Russia, we should not jump in between them. We then follow the policy of non-aligned, and when we are required to get help from any of the countries, we can get the help. So we don't need to spoil relation with one country to get the better relations from other countries.
On
But
December
basically,
6,
we have seen that
2021,
we have
gentlemen,
seen
we signed a pact with Russia, a new defense pact of 10 years. As same we have signed with the USA. On 6 December, we signed that. And when we purchase S-400 missiles, USA can put us on cards alone. But due to our foreign policy, USA declared us a strategic partner. Gentlemen, USA has recognized us that both India is very important for us. And for as a country, developing country, our foremost priority is to develop ourselves and to look over the benefit of first our benefit. And so,
but I feel
India
like
is also a
when it
member
comes
of
to-
Quad
when it
countries
comes
in
to-
which the US is also included. So we are also in a good alliance with US. We need not to worry about
But when
these
when it
with
comes to
Russia.
balancing relationship, we have to also keep it in mind that with the two countries, USA and Russia, follow different kind. One country follows around communism and the other country is all about capitalism. So balancing a relationship around that is a very challenging task to do. So it doesn't make any sense to balance it out. Like we have to take a stand when it comes to
Maintaining
gentlemen, from
maintaining
our histories,
diplomatic
we are
relations
making
is
balance
different
between
from
Russia
the
and USA.
Yeah,
Because
we don't
from
need
our
to take
history,
a
give an
stand
example
between
as to
both
that
the
we are
countries.
making balance between both these two countries. When we purchase, we are purchasing defense equipment from Russia as well as from America. We are conducting military exercise with Russia as well as America. We have economic trade with America as well as Russia. If we took example, we have $100 billion economic trade with the USA and $10 billion with Russia. From history, we are making good relationship with both these two countries. It in the past when we tilted toward
we can also
USA,
continue the
Russia,
same.
not
As
now.
today, as now of today, even India has invested around 7 billion in the Russia and in its development, because Russia has a large amount of land which is full of natural resources which can be discovered in the future. And even a gas pipeline is being worked between Russia and India. So Russia will also help in the energy sector, and America can help us in the like the technology sector, that they can supply a new technology and help us in our GDP and economy. So both the countries are not likely against each other. They both are fighting with the help of dummy nations. Like they are fighting in a nation and they are supplying to the different groups. They are not actually fighting with each other. So we can have a fair amount of balance between both the countries, so that we can get benefit from both countries, and we can make a balance between them.
As Akash said, that these both countries, the US and Russia, they both follow different types of governance. One follow the democracy, and other follow capitalism. It will also implement the diplomatic relations between India and them. So, like Russia is currently hampering some problems in Ukraine. US is also trying to become a part of that problem. So it is a it is a tendency of US to get involved in each and every problem of any around the country and any around the globe also. So if we are maintaining good relations with both of them, then we also need to have a neutral stand, because if we take any side of any of either, then we will be biased and we will spoil our relations with the other country. So we should always we should also maintain a balanced relation between US and Russia.
But
Is
if
gentlemen choosing one
we
country
don't
instead, we
decide
can
when it
do
comes
thing
to-
that a developing country, we have good relationship with both these two country. We can make good, we can use these two our relationship with those country to make both country friend. Because if Russia is have conflict with West, it will tilt it toward China, and which is going to a big problem for us. If we can work as a bridge between USA and Russia to solve their conflict by mutual discussion or other by UNSC Council, we can have a big relief for us even. Because if Russia tilted toward China, it will create a problem for us.
See,
So
it
if we
is their
don't
government
take a
policy. They will never be they will never agree to each other. US and Russia, they will never agree to each other. Once it comes to power, everyone, both of the country has conflict with each other. So I
Yes,
don't
gentlemen.
believe that India cannot act as a bridge.
if we don't decide to
In
take a
in
stand
the
for
past,
any
we
of
have
the
set an
country,
example of non-alliance. When the two words were conflicting, the two poles were conflicting with each other, USSR and USA. We give the policies of non-aligned movement, and many nations were a part of it. So we can continue that non-alliance today also. We can have a friendship with both Russia and USA.
but if we don't take a stand for any of the country, like Naveen was telling, like if there's a conflict between Ukraine and Russia, like how do we think that any of this country would come forward if something happens between India and China? Like there needs to be, if we don't take a stand for them now, there won't be anyone to take a stand for us if we are in a conflict. So that's
See,
something.
if two of your friends are fighting, and if we take side of one,
Now we are
then
not
other
talking
will
about friends
also.
right now.
So that's what I'm saying, no? That India is in a good relation with both of the countries, and if we take side of any of them, then other will be disappointed and also will have discouraged from India. Then our relations will get depleted from that country. That's why I'm saying that India should maintain a balanced approach to Russia.
But we have
Yes.
seen, like historically, if we have like if we are dealing with any country, like if it's US or Russia, it's usually the other one who usually we have problems with. Like if we are dealing with Russia now, US has a problem with that, or if we are dealing with US, Russia has a problem with that. But it's a very tough thing to balance it out. That's what
In
I'm
my
saying.
opinion, there are many ways that we can balance the relation between US and Russia. Like if we are purchasing some defense equipment from USA, we can also improve our economic relation with Russia, and vice versa. There are many aspects also we can we can share cultural exchange programs, we can share education exchange programs. There are many Indians who are working in US on H1B1 visa. There are many students who are studying in US universities. There are many scientists who are researchers in NASA and other government institutions of USA. There are so we are there are many aspects apart from these defense and military workings, so we can also work on them, and these may balance out the situation between US and Russia.
Gentlemen, if we
But
think like Russia is a hub of hydrocarbon energy, India and Russia working on the Chennai Baltic corridor that is totally focused on the energy. And second, if we take example of USA, our most of the FDI is from USA. Like Google is investing in India, Facebook is investing in India, and we also working with their NASA and ISRO is also working with the USA. Like NISAR is a radar we are made with Russia, USA, and with Russia we are making AK-203 assault rifle recently. We can't take a single stand because right now we are a developing country, and the first and foremost step for us should be our benefit. Our foreign policy also revives us. In the international politics, there is no permanent friend and no permanent enemy, only the permanent interest, and we have to say our interest right now. We have both interests in Russia as well in USA. Thank you.
So balancing the situation is the right option, no? That we
Yes,
can
gentlemen.
all we should maintain good relations with both of them. Not only in defense, we should also try to improve our trade policies with both the countries. We
Yes,
should try to
that's the point
improve
that
our export in both the countries to get more benefits from these countries. There are many Indian goods which are very demand in the other markets also. So we should try to improve our economic policies from these countries.
yes, gentlemen, I
Yes, I
agree
also
with you,
agree
and I
this
want to
one.
give a few points here. Like, if we talk about the trade between USA and India, it is about $100 billion, and if we talk about in the Russia trade, it's about only $10 billion. That is commercial trade I'm talking about. And if we take Russia China, it is about 120 billion dollar. If we have to maintain both the two countries, we have to increase our trade with Russia. so that we can come with a common friendship, and we can enhance our relationship with both these two countries.
Uh, but like when Naveen was talking about like many employees working in abroad in USA, not in Russia, of course. Well, that's true, but then it's actually it's nothing that's happened. That nothing good is happening to India by that. It's actually we who are like we are actually doing good to USA than India. So I guess that doesn't stand, like that's not a valid point, to be honest. Like uh, when it comes to relations, like international relations, it's mostly about trade and military supplies. So
I think
that way
those
Russia
people
has
working
been.
in I think people working in US from India, they are not permanently settled. Like they will also return at one point of time in India, and they will enhance our economic activity. Like many of us have seen that people returning from US establish industries in India and then benefit our India. They are also given a lot of amount sending back to India, and we are getting the like kind of motivation from those people that if one of us can settle in USA, earn dollars, and return contribute to our Indian economy, then we can also do the same. So I think this is also a kind of trade that we are having with USA. We are supplying our talent to them, but we are also need to provide
Right.
opportunities to the.
We have already had enough of discussion. I think you have come almost end of the road. Almost.
Sorry sir, आवाज नहीं आ रही sir आपकी.
Can you hear me?
Yes sir.
Now, almost we have come to end of the road because the points are not coming. But not let's start with now first and foremost.
Sir, you are not audible.
I'm not audible.
Now you are correct.
No.
Now you are audible.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Now we can.
Okay. Let's start with first and foremost Akash. Akash was first to start with, so he has. You can tell him he had the initiative to start. But unfortunately, fortunately, Akash took the lead to say what was there he wants to have. That is the first word that shows that USA has stabbed India many times. Is it the right word to use it? Same has been used by Dutch. I says bhasha should be tahzeeb hona chahiye. Tahzeeb hona. You cannot afford to have no street language coming into the discussion. Can be. Number two, Akash, you seem to be not involved. There is a discussion on there. You grant me that I'm old. I just slowly I can sip a water, but there is a discussion on there that shows disenchantment. You're not part of the group, part of the discussion. The discussion comes to when you discuss, is the energy comes from your face. Involvement comes from face. That involvement is not right, and that shows you are just disengaged, not engaged. That disengagement comes. You have been after initially. All sorts of things that you want to use it on there. If you do not give me 4 points that India should have better relations with Russia. Give me 4 points, which you have not given one. Give me 4 points. Why should we have better relations with Russia?
Sir, like historically, Russia has been a
That
better.
is 1 point that we have said that you already thought this enough that you can next.
Like India deals more on arms with Russia than USA.
So you didn't you both of them. So that you are historical, they have been supporting us. That's okay. Famous. That's end of it. Beyond that. So what you trying is the meeting thing, no? Even if you want to maintain very nice, that's good. Russia is one of those particular country, as you rightly, because Russia has got a lot of resources. They've got a lot of commercial activity, economic activity. We have got they have been supplying arms. They are latest. They have always forthcoming. They have always been there. You should start giving those points, no? Why should I have a better relation with Russia? Primarily, historically, they have always we are as we start a bit, even the 5-year planning and everything, all our economic was based on the pattern of Russia, isn't it? So then we have 5-year planning, and initially we got a lot of support, and both the countries can afford to share each other. We want economic relationship, we want military relationship, and we have got other relationship also to support us in UN Assembly. And when it comes to conflict, that is what you should have really come back. Then you can go back when they have not supported us. Why should I go to USA? Then that is how the point. You should be logical. You have not been able to give up points. You just said this by merely saying that we should be partnering with the Russians rather than US. Then solve the problem. Does it? Bolo. So to remain engaged, first and foremost, irrespective of what happens, you must remain engaged, and energy should come out from your voice, Number one. Number two, that he said very nice. He also kept on using this stabbing word again. Remember, Dutch, you said that, isn't it? Then new technology, very nice. Okay, economic. Then after that, then where is bringing Ukraine and other aspects? What was the topic? Topic was we should have relationship with Russia or not. Whether USA is attacking or USA is partnering with, say, going against Russia in Ukraine or nothing, does it have any bearing on this topic? All of you have. There's no way. As my country, we have balanced relationship with both. This is what you are trying to talk about. Russia and US.
Ukraine, Russia, and actually I was talking about the Germany and Russia. Like Germany supplied helmets.
So how does it matter to you? Does it contribute to the topic?
I was like trying to
again that should understand you have to contribute to the topic. That what I call it content, no? You should be able to contribute towards group aim. Group aim is to have a relationship with Russia or USA. You are trying to have balanced relationship. Very nice. Nothing wrong. India should look after its own interest, both economic, military, and other relationship. We have got, as you rightly put, number of people are there in Russia as well as in US. Number of people, technology, they are very well off. They are in US. We have got lot of what you call that aspirants and all particular things available. So they are, so we can take as pride. We have to look after our interest down there. People are there to support, so we must have it. So you must be talking especially on the relation that are not between Russia and US relations. I'm not bothered about it. I'm not bothered about it. Now then you come back to Naveen. Naveen, so you talk about it. Can you talk about benefit? That again had also Nissan. Nissan, very nice. Nissan had one advantage. Nissan voice was energetic. He was involved. But the problem comes up from there. He is trying to give data. Those particular data may not be suitable to this discussion. If I'm having 100 billion relationship with US and only 30 billion relationship with Russia, how does it matter with the relationship? So we can explore what Nissan should have talked about it. We have had a lot of relationship with Russia around there, we have got enough scope for further increasing economic relationship. They have got rightly put across that they have got a lot of resources. We need them. They also require technology, manpower. Even we are, rather than taking up, we are also started giving aids to Russia. So Russia should be dependent on to us. Okay. Go about it. Nishant had a lot of energy. He gave out some points. He seemed to be knowledgeable. Out of all four of you, he was one person who was better placed. But some of the data that he has given it, I don't agree with his data. It was off the cuff data, which is not right. Balance of trade with US or Russia, is it positive or negative? That you have to think about it. Find out. Okay, Nishant, open up your video. You are the money behind the scene.
Yes, sir.
So you can't even talk about it. Don't give out data which is wrong. Learn it.
Sir, recently I read that relationship, and it's from Drishti IS website that I took.
Don't try and tell what you talk about balance of trade.
Yes, sir.
So their relationship can be what? Economic, military, and third is international relationship.
Yes.
We do want people to come back. Secondly, our past. How are we going to look after ourselves? Which is whatever suits us, that is there. You had the positivity, but you went beyond. Restrict yourself. Point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how the number of points that as you score in basketball, you should be able to basket, isn't it? And number of points you give, right on what points you give it. Now give me Nishant 5 points that he gave it for maintaining balanced relationship. Give me 5 points.
To maintain 5 point to maintain both the
जो भी आप बात करें उसके बारे में बता 5 पॉइंट दो ना.
So first of all हमें दोनों countries की तरफ economic relationship develop करने पड़ेंगे.
अरे भाई हमें पता है. Why should I have balanced relation between the two? Don't talk about it.
The first reason is that, sir, USA and Russia in past, sir, USA helped us a lot in 1971 war, sir. And in
that has been repeated by someone else. You are repeating his point.
It was my point, sir.
No, it was not your point. चलो आगे चलो.
चल next point ये हो सकता है, sir. US India on 6 December में we signed a deal with Russia.
अरे what, that is separate issue. Why should I sign that deal? My question is, why should we have a deal with that? At all, Russia and US together. That is point. I want to give you 5 points.
So I am giving the 5 points, sir.
Point? You signed the deal, that has no significance. That is deal done.
The first
why
thing,
should I have balance? My question is, why should we have balanced relationship?
So first of all, we are developing country. We can't take any sides. इस time पे Russia भी हमारे लिए important है, as well as US भी important.
What your point should be very simple. The point should be convenient. Both Russia and, in spite of the breakup of the USSR, Russia still has a force with itself. It is a power. It is a power.
Yes, sir.
And being wrong there, we require both of them. We require Russia as well as
USA.
Not at the cost of each other. This is what the Prime Minister said. He says both of them are there and not at the cost of each other. Both of them are independent. I have got a relationship to maintain. That both in terms of technology, other aspects, whatever suits me, that I will do it. But that is one part. What is the next one? Mind बोलो ना.
मैं बताया तो सर मैंने.
अब क्या बताया बोलो ना. हम 5 पॉइंट दो.
सेकंड सर यूएसए की जो एफडीआई वो हमारे साथ बहुत ज्यादा है सर.
अरे एफडीआई से लेन देन क्या पड़ा हुआ है हमको. एफडीआई हमको बता. टेल मी व्हाई शुड आई बैलेंस बिटवीन द टू.
बिकॉज़ सर एक तो चाइना की हेजेमनी राइज हो रही सर. हम रशिया की तरफ जाएंगे तो यूएसए अपने से अपोजिट जाएगा सर. और हम
so your point should have been very like this. Gentlemen, now we want Russia and USA to come to our rescue as and when it is required. China is one of the aggressors. So Russia can afford to have influence on China for better relationship. Isn't it? Your point should have been that is what this point should come.
Yes, sir.
Being the regional power, being the regional power around there, they can afford to have good saying in Afghanistan, Pakistan, even China, which is going to help us in future to reduce the tension that is available. That is the point. You're
Yes, sir.
talking about China. तो ये point बोलो ना, point you have to stress. What is the third point?
Sir, if we took an example of our defense, sir, 65% of our defense equipment come from
So
Russia, sir.
that you already talked about initially, they have been only partner. That is gone.
Defense partner भी sir, economic part, मतलब कि Russia
Have you understood? What I'm trying to say, none of you have been very, very specific. You're talking general. Talking?
general, sir.
Talk 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how it should be there. Naveen, have you understood my point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're talking about economy, then you say that Ukraine, Russia, and all coming back. That is no. You be specific. कोई फायदा नहीं उससे. Never use word because that's missed out from the system. Okay. Overall, it was a better discussion than a last couple of times which we have had. I think it's a better discussion. Notwithstanding the same, we have gone through it. So that's improve upon it. Akash, you have got a long way to go. Please improve. Nishant, you hold your horses. You are jumping to a conclusion. Think before you act. You've got knowledge. But you're not in a position to exploit it. That you don't go aside. Don't go aside. Remain focused onto the topic itself. Think before you speak. Naveen, you are not able to add up any new points. It's again repetition in some form that things are getting repeated only. Then you got into the some points which you are given it itself is wrong. Now suppose if say 1 million people are there in USA, how does it matter for my relationship? They are going to act as ambassadors. So that's why they can help us to bring in new technology. That is what you should be bringing on. By having number of Indians there in USA has got no significance to me unless I exploit them. Diaspora,
Yes,
we call it diaspora, isn't it? Diaspora, being diaspora, they are a various system. They can afford to influence the decision of the US administration. That is one aspect.
Yes, sir.
Okay.